you go way back. All right, so let's switch to the 5-minute chart.
All right, good morning. Just taking a look at the leading gappers in the morning. We have AUVI, SCKT.
I'm not a buyer on it just yet. The pivot right here is 390.
Then we have
So that's the spot.
TUP.
Is over 390.
TP took a dive. Okay, so.
All right, so watch that 390 spot.
Wow, AUVI. Wow.
Give way to a move up to
I'd be ready for that.
All right, now AUVI here. I see this is doing kind of a micro pullback. After that pop off the volume weight average price, the high is 55 right now. The churn. This one is easy to borrow, and it wouldn't surprise me if people try to short it against its all-time highs, given that it is volatile. So something to be mindful of. You may see some short sellers step up on this one. High right now is 65.
A nice move for AUVI.
Could have been a nice dip down here off of 1160, 70, or along here for the break of 12. A nice move there up to 1265, but topping out there. So high is 1265. We're keeping an eye on here to see how that one trades. Next one down, TUP.
TUP's taking a
This is
dive.
a slightly higher float stock. I'm just not that interested in this one, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe if it breaks over. I mean, honestly, it's a little more expensive. The float's a little higher. It's just not a perfect combination for me. I'm going to stick with it. CVEO float's a little high on that at 18 million shares. Pre-market chart is not great. It's too cheap. CYH, no volume. FSLR is too expensive. APTX. 27 million share flow, 300,000 shares of volume. It popped up, it then pulled back a little bit. So yeah, I'm not totally sure on that one.
Alright, AUVI is dipping. I would love to find a nice entry on that one because it's showing ability. Maybe play it over 12. Nice. Nice. See, I would want to play this, but my problem with it is that it's pre-market and it's churning. It's sitting here churning. I don't like to be in that. I got caught in that yesterday. I might see a snap here.
So, we still have 30 minutes to the bell. So, at this point, we have time to let stocks form nice patterns, nice 5-minute setups, and things like that. I'm not a big fan of MGEM. The price is a little too cheap, the float's a little too high. AUBI is interesting. We'll see whether or not it can break over 13. It's pre-market level. So that one, pre-market high, or the all-time highs of 13, and then the pre-market high of 1265 are interesting levels. But it wouldn't surprise me if this is, heavily shorted. It's easy to borrow. So I think a lot of people try to short within the range off of 13. So as you start to see breakouts, if you see big sellers up on the ask, that's something to be mindful of. So right now I'm just sitting tight on it. SCKT has a bit more volume, and I do like the idea of this one over the volume weighted average price back over the pre-market pivot. So pre-market pivot is at 391.
So I did make $75 on that little break.
At this point, I think waiting for those good quality setups is going to be the name of the game. So,
76.
Tight, watching to see, do we get breakouts? Do we get squeezes up to,
I meant to keep half of my position, but it failed me on the whole thing.
So here's AUBI growing up a little bit more. Higher, this candle right here is 72. So you've got 60.
Wow, I filled way too early. I filled at 1238 instead of 1270.
So is that someone trying to go short?
Come on. That's a
Trying
bummer.
to take profit. SRRK from yesterday.
So right
One,
idea.
it's kind of funny because it had this really big move yesterday and then announced a secondary offering, $150 million secondary offering, and it's still holding up pretty well. They announced the price. Let's see. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they've announced the price. So it looks like this is planning the offering, but the price is still to be determined. You've got, in my opinion, a ticking time bomb in that stock. So I'm probably not going to be interested in it in any way. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for AUBI, see how it's like a stair step. So I got in here, took profit up around here, which isn't a bad move, I suppose. I mean, we got in at 1219. As it was starting to curl up, and then we took profit at 1239. Could have held for a little while longer, another leg higher, which is what I tried to do. I tried to take half, but it ended up filling me on the whole thing. Whatever. So now you're looking for another curl, another leg up.
So no interest in
But you have to
SRRK.
You have to be worried about this thing falling out of the sky. So you also want to draw this trend line out.
SINT, a patent. So 9 a.m. we're seeing a couple headlines come out. What's this? Patent for antibacterial applications. I don't know. This seems. I'm not right now. Maybe if it opens up a little bit more, but right now.
These are all levels to watch right here.
SCKT is coming back down to sort of the low of this area of 340. I haven't taken any trades on it, obviously. So right now it's not looking that great. Probably leave it alone for the time being. AUVI, look at the 1 minute chart on this. A really quick, rapid move from 7 all the way to 12. And then kind of beginning this period of higher volume consolidation. So through this period, we've had obviously much higher volume than the initial move up. And so once more volume has come in, now we're seeing more churn. So that tells me that you're having more people who are shorting it. You're having just more churn on it. And it's not continuing to rip up. As buyers come in, sellers come in as well. So you're having a little bit of tug of war through this area, and it will need to break either to the upside or downside to be interesting. Now, you do obviously have these kind of little dip and curl, and this is dipping again, but these, when you step back and look at the 5 minute chart, it basically squeezed up here from 7 to 12 and is now kind of just stuck in this little area. So we need to see a breakout of that area and be interesting. And as it sits right now, I'm not interested in it at the moment. Again, some people might do dip trades here off of VWAP. You already had a couple tries, so you could have done them here, you could have done them here. So the volume weight average price is 1161. The 5 minute chart isn't set up the way I like it right now, so I'm going to wait on that. Let's see what else we have. It's important as a trader to know when to ease off the throttle and when to be aggressive. And that's something that's very difficult because sometimes people will say, well, you should just use the same share size every day. That way you don't have to do that. You just always trade with 10,000 shares on every trade you take. The problem is, during a hot market, you feel like, gosh, I should really size up a little bit more. I'm really leaving a lot on the table by not sizing up. And then in the cold market, why keep throwing 10,000 shares at setups that just keep failing, again and again and again? In a cold market, you do want to ease off the throttle. So that ability to size up in hot markets and then ease off during cold markets, it's a challenge because it requires you to be very honest with yourself about the quality of the market. Are you trading with big size because you want to make some money, or because the market is actually warranting big size? Are you trading with small size because the market's shaky, or because you're nervous, because for some other reason? So, to be able to kind of regulate your share size based on the market, which is going to bring out emotions. Is the market very emotional right now? Are we seeing a lot of FOMO? Are we seeing a lot of just crazy emotional trading where stocks are going up 4,000% or something like that? Or are things a little bit more subdued? So it's a challenge. And it's something that I sometimes struggle with because often when I have my first couple of red days, when things slow down, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I just lost $10,000 or whatever the case is, 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares and 50 cents, I'm right back in the game. And next thing you know, I'm taking another $15,000, $20,000 loss, and it's like, actually, I really should have eased off the throttle.
Nice.
Now I'm in good shape right now. Monday was basically a break-even day. I only made like $800. Yesterday I made 7,900. So yesterday was a good day, but I was up 32,000 yesterday, and then I gave back about 75% of my profit. So I gave back half, was up only 16, 17. Then I gave back more and was up, only 8,000. So my thoughts today, I like seeing this pre-market move on AUVI. Obviously, that's
I'm just not getting good fills right now at all.
But in order for me to really, I didn't catch that first move. I suppose the only way you could have traded it would have been if you were quick enough to buy that first pullback. So congratulations to those who did. This area here, bounce off the VWAP, was actually almost picture perfect. So you could have grabbed $1 a share through there from 11 back to 12.
That's pretty annoying.
But But now at this point, like I said, it's churning a little too much. I need to wait for a 5 minute setup to form. So I'm kind of missed the maybe easy moves here early on. And
So I tried to take profit when I was up like 115, but for whatever reason I got caught up in it. So
this one's a maybe. It's interesting. SCKT, a little less interesting because it made a big move.
I'm still have 85 on it though.
So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a cold market. I would say
that was a tech issue, not so much decision wise.
It's cooled off a little bit, but it's still pretty warm. And we're still in pretty good shape.
Oh.
A nice move yesterday on GOED. That gave, a really nice move pre-market, no doubt. This action pre-market was impressive. But it double topped on its pre-market high and then faded, and then it couldn't catch a bid. So it ended up fading for the whole rest of the day, which is discouraging. AUVI, it may be similar. So fading for the rest of the day, and if it does break VWAP, I would expect.
I have allergies. It's so annoying. I keep sneezing.
So this one, I'm not sure. It needs to give us a good market in order for me to trade it.
How's that? So MGen is the leading gapper in the market. The only problem is the price. It's not a very good price. And the float's really, really high too. Hellos?
Alright, so we're sitting here with about 20 minutes to the bell. It's 10 past 9. So high the last 5 minute candle there was 1220. You can see we got that kind of bounce off the VWAP. So let's see if this pops back up over 12. High of this current candle is 12 on the 5 minute. We've got a 17,000 share seller. So let's see if it comes down. If it goes 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Then you might have an entry here with a stop just below the VWAP, which is pretty close. To see if it shows the bullishness to break back over. See, look at that, back up to 13. But you're seeing some sellers. So there's 25. You are seeing it's coming into sellers. So did that 17,000 share seller get bought up, or did it just disappear? Did someone cancel the order? It looks to me like someone canceled the order to me because it broke through so fast. But maybe it got bought up. It happened so fast I couldn't tell. So I don't know what was the high there, 37. It's still, although this is the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, this type of setup, in my opinion, needs to do with ABCDs because it needs to show, more staying power. It needs to show that it really wants to. So we'll see what it does. Still have about 18 minutes to the bell. Those of you guys streaming on YouTube and Facebook?
I really want to get an MGN, but I feel like the opportunity's gone already. Maybe on a dip right here.
I haven't done a free stream this week, but I may do one. Probably not today, but maybe Thursday or Friday.
Nice.
Low here. So you see how it kind of rejected there on that one candle, broke back through 12. Oh, and there's a little break at the V1. So this ends up taking a false breakout candle right there. So even though this 5-minute wasn't really a super strong first 5-minute candle,
all types of tech
high,
issues.
it was enough, I guess, to pop up and then like reject it, create that flush. So I wouldn't do dip trades below volume weighted average price. I like dips off the VWAP but not below it. So SCKT. Yeah, so again, the funny thing at the open is, you just don't know. Sometimes right at the open, all of a sudden we see this, a squeeze up, and all of a sudden we've got something in play that we weren't really expecting, something squeezing into a halt or whatever the case is. So it's certainly possible that SCKT could open up. So maybe, again, it's maybe. We'll see what happens.
I can't get filled on MGN. Trying to go long, but
here for those on
there you
Facebook
go.
and YouTube, if you haven't already joined and signed up for the Trader Treat special that we've got going on this week, make sure you sign up for that. This
Mental
is
stop
we've
at
already sent out
122.
our first Trader Treat tips and tricks yesterday. So
Probability wise, it just makes sense to me.
Today and every day through Halloween. So if you want to sign up to start receiving those free trading tips and tricks, there's the link right there.
That's fine.
Now the thing with MGen, so going back to the top here, you've got a pre-market high here of $1.44. So no matter how you look at it, it's a cheap stock. In order for me to trade this, to $1.44 and make decent money to really make it worth it, I need to be starting with 20,000 shares, scaling up to 40, 50, 60,000 shares. That's a big position. And the problem with big positions like that are obviously you pay more in commission with a broker like Direct Access, like what I have, because you pay per share. So that's number one disadvantage. And number two is, potentially you get in with a really big position like that and you have a hard time getting out, or you get caught into a halt going down. Because these cheaper stocks, they can halt quickly. And so if they halt going up, it's great. But if they halt coming back down and you weren't able to get out of 60,000 shares, then now you're holding into a halt going down. Every 10 cents is $6,000. So I just don't really have a lot of interest in trading it. You're right that if it breaks over the pre-market high of 44, maybe we do see some halts going up. It does have moves out for sure, and it is up 128%. It is our leading gapper. It does have a lot of volume, but it is 56 million share float. So it doesn't have float rotation yet of trading the whole float, but it certainly will today. AUVI has already traded its whole float pre-market. 3 million shares with a 1.46 million share float. So you've got a lot of shares changing hands, and potentially on something like that could see a bigger move. So MGen, I'll say, yeah, if it breaks over $1.44 or it looks like it's going into halts or something like that, I'll consider it. But other than that, I don't think it's worth it. GNUS secondary offering, it looks like, but priced at let's see, so 57 million. Oh, it's crazy. It's insane. So $57 million stock. price $1.55, and the current price is $1.40. So they basically sold.
Woo! All right, so I'm up 85 on AVI, was 100, and then down 25 on Amgen. That dip out of the sky right here.
They can sell onto the open market, but they also try to do like private placement. They try to sell to a JP Morgan or like one of these big banks, whatever. And so big banks can be like, yeah, we'll give you $50 million, but we don't want the shares at $1.40. We want them at 50 cents, right? That way they know they've already got profit. And then the company's like, no, we can't do it at 50 cents. It's low. They figure out the price, but it's almost always substantially lower than the current trading price. And that's why usually we see a secondary offering and the price drop. Not just because it's dilution, but because of the price. Now, when you do see a secondary offering and the price is at or above the current price, then in that way, you're kind of like, okay, yes, there's more shares on the open market now as a result of this offering, but it's bullish that the price was the current price because we expect it to be low. So, I still have no interest in GNUS as it sits right now, but just as a side note. All right, so back to the top of the list. Amgen. We've got 10 minutes to the bell. I'm not that interested in this. Next one down, AUVI. So it's broken below the volume weight average price, and it is selling off. So right now, I don't see anything on this one to trade. It had an opportunity through this area to hold up above the volume weight average price and consolidate, and it didn't. And it broke down below VWAP. So, it is, it's easy to borrow. So you may have a lot of people that are, hitting it to the short side, and so that does mean you could have a short squeeze if it does something surprising. But surprising would mean breaking over 50 real quick and ripping through 13.
Top starting to move.
So right now I have the level 2 up, and I would say it's maybe. SCKT is also maybe if it gets above 379, 380 volume weight average price, and then a little bit higher up here around 391. Those who are more curious about secondary offerings, in the classes we talk about S3 shelf registration. So for the Warrior Starter class and the Warrior Pro course, we go into all the detail in that. So I do want to make sure you guys understand we do cover that in extensive detail. All right, pull it together, girl. Okay, so 9 minutes to the bell. Let's do our pre-trading checklist. Did you eat well? Did you sleep well? Do you have a couple stocks on watch that you like? If you do, what's the condition of the overall market? Market's warm. It's not crazy hot. It's not cold. It's warm. We're seeing some good volatility. We're seeing first 5-minute candle, first 1-minute candle to make a new high, given, in this case, well, let's see. In any case, you're seeing some nice action. First pullback right there. The first pullback after the breakout, that was very nice. Second pullback, a little choppier. Third pullback, a little choppier. So we are seeing some nice opportunities right now. And we just have to try to make sure we position ourselves to capitalize on the opportunities as much as we can. If it does start to get choppy, we start to see flushes, we don't see good follow through, ease off the throttle real quick. It's going around a racetrack. If you start to see it start to rain, ease off the throttle. Now, it's easy in a race car, and I'm allowed to say this because I'm allowed to say as a race car driver because I actually own a race car. As a race car driver, when you start to see rain, hit the windshield, it's a very clear indication of what's happening out there, and you have an immediate response to it. In the market, it's not always as clear. When you see the choppiness, it's not something we're always interested in admitting that we're seeing. Because, when you're seeing it, you might just think, oh, well, that was just one stock being choppy. I'll have another opportunity here and here and here. And you don't ease off the throttle fast. And so, easing off the throttle, it's very hard to do, even having traded for almost 10 years. It's still hard to do. Because I never want to ease off the throttle. I always want to, I'm very competitive. I want to do the very best that I possibly can each day. And, I hate having a day where I have to, admit that overall conditions are not suitable for trading. And I just have to ease off the throttle. So, I don't know whether or not, today we may see something that opens up and I can be aggressive and just scale right up. But if not, it's just it's fine. It is what it is. All right. So, and I'd also remind everyone, certainly those on YouTube and Facebook who don't already know this, that you should not be blindly following me or anyone else, right? You've got to learn the strategy. You've got to practice in a simulator before you ever put real money on the line. I know one of these things that when you're just kind of looking over at me trading, it can look easy. Wow, he just pressed a couple buttons, and in 5 minutes he's up $5,000, $10,000. Just as quickly I could be down $5,000 or $10,000, and I have been. Yesterday I took a $15,000 loss on one of my trades and $4,000 loss on another one and $8,000 loss on another one. So it's part of the deal. It's going to happen. You're going to have big red trades, and you're going to have more red trades, more losers than winners when you first get started. So do yourself a favor and practice in a simulator. I don't want any of you to think that I would encourage or condone you trading with real money before you've proven profitability in a simulator, or encourage you to follow it, because I don't. I do not think you should do that. I think that is not a recipe for success. I know people out there that try to follow, Warren Buffett, they follow Carl Icahn. I was half thinking about following Carl Icahn on his trade on what's that energy stock? I keep forgetting about it. The one that just keeps going down more and more and more and more. It's got a OXY. This has a very high level of hedge fund ownership, a very high level, and this is its chart. And I was thinking about buying it back here in January because I did some research and I saw that it had a very high level of hedge fund ownership. And I thought, gosh, if all those guys own it, they must know something I don't know. Well, maybe not. Down another 75% from January. I mean, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar loss for the investors that are in it, unless it finally turns around. But it doesn't look good. So, you can apply that logic on all levels. Forming your own bias, forming your own understanding of risk management, and not just blindly following people. So, and I don't even really know what they like so much about that stuff. But in any case, for day trading, it's a little easier because we're all usually trading with the same 3, 4, 5 stocks each day that are gapping up the most, that have the most volume. That's the reason we're all trading these stocks. They provide opportunity. So we'll see what the market's willing to give us today. So far, pre-market, although there was a nice move on NUVI early, it was on lighter volume, and then by the time more volume came in, it seemed to struggle and fade back down here. So, if it pops up at the open, your first issue is going to be right there at the volume weighted average price. Right? So that's the first place we're going to run into the problem. And David, so I don't trade CFDs because you're actually, as a U.S. resident, no U.S. brokers offer CFDs. So if I wanted to trade CFDs, I would have to go to some foreign country to open an account. Okay, and it's one thing to do a small account with CME or one of these offshore brokers like Trade Zero, $500 or $1,000. It's another to throw $50,000 or $250,000 into an offshore account, and they're not. U.S. residents aren't supposed to trade. So, I don't know what happens if the U.S. resident does trade them, but they're not offered in the United States, and we're not supposed to trade them. So, I think that most foreign countries would not even allow a U.S. resident, most reputable brokers at foreign countries. So then you're looking at ones that aren't as reputable. So I wouldn't go for it. The thing with CFDs is that it's almost like a casino. Every time you lose, the broker, the house, wins. They have to pay you. Because you're not going onto the market. It's a pretend market, basically. So no, CMEG is direct market. So they send your orders right to the market. So with CFDs, you're trading basically against the house. Every time you lose, they keep your money. Every time you win, they pay out a little bit of profit from other traders who lost money. So they're also not going to let you trade things that have the highest likelihood of you making money on, like stocks that can go up 100, 200% because they want you to lose. So I wouldn't mess around with that stuff. All right, 2 minutes to the bell. As we sit here, AUVI has faded a little bit more at the open, so no interest in that at the moment, but I'll keep it on watch. SCKT is curling back up a little bit, but needs to get back above the volume weight average price. So I think today's going to be a good day to watch the high day Momo scanner. So I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to close this down there. And let's see where we have some action this morning. I'm probably going to try to just start the day by building a little bit of cushion up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. My daily goal is 10,000. This may not be a day where I hit the daily goal, but it only takes one, right? So I just have to sit tight and wait for that one stock. If I can avoid taking unnecessary losses in the meantime, then when I find that one good stock, it's not digging me out of the hole. It's putting me up to my daily goal. All right, so that's the game plan here with about a minute to the bell. Those streaming on YouTube and Facebook, please hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. I will do a live stream this week, but on that day, I'm going to ask everyone hit the thumbs up. So show me that you guys actually know how to press that button. It's the one that looks like this. All right, so hit that button and share the video with a couple friends. We're doing some fun stuff this week for Halloween, so we'd love to help other beginner traders out there learn a little bit more about my strategy and trading momentum.
I got 60 seconds till market open. 20 seconds actually.
Start trading here as
Sorry.
the bell rings in about 10 seconds.
SCKT's moving.
So you can see SCKT coming into the open. So here's that momentary pause. SCKT I have as a possibility. Looks like we're pinned here. Is it going to flush or is it going to rip? Here's starting to dip 2 cents, 3 cents. I'm long SCKT, just 10,000 shares to start for the break over 70. So I'm jumping in this here because it looks like it wants to break over 70, but no, I cut the loss at 61. So I lost $700 on SCKT, 7 cents on 10,000 shares. I put a new order at the high, but in that moment, it looked like over 66 it was going to go, and then it just flushed. So I'll leave an order at 70 if it pops back up to that level.
I think Thinkorswim paused. Hello.
So the low on SCKT 340 could be a support level.
There we go.
I'm long SCKT at 42. I'm just going to try to buy the dip off the support level. I want to see if we get full support in the 40s for the curl back up over the $0.50. So over 50, I would add.
Looks like Tubbs moving.
Adding at 48 for the breakthrough 50. So we've got 47.
Tubbs is ripping.
Having the trade, I'm down $319, so made back about $400. So I was in at 42. I added at 50 and then sold the whole thing at like 46 or 47. I think it was worth a stab there because of the pre-market support that was right at that level. TUP, so this one making a bigger move here, 27 up to 29. These ones are always a little tricky because of the price and the float. So I would watch this if we get continuation over 30. High of this candle here is 68, so 68 is the spot to watch. Watching TUP.
What's up, buddy?
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, I'm good. How are you? Salam, good morning.
Sure, well. Market is open?
Yeah. Yeah, I was up 100, lost a little bit, so I'm up 60. So I'm just watching right now, waiting for an opportunity. There's not a lot of opportunities today.
No?
No, the market's dropping again.
I think it's going to be like this until the elections.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a little flat, I think. It's been going along, man. So that would happen. It's a little dark.
I'll call you guys back, right? I'll call you back. Bye.
Okay, call me back.
There's got to be something better out there than this. I can see way, but I'm not that interested in it right now. We'll see what it does.
So Tubbs not really moving. It's got a red candle here. So there's a lot of reason to not want to play it. MGN's fading. Yeah, not a lot of opportunity this morning.
SCKT is a little too weak right now. Way. Take a starter at 250 just to take a quick trade up to like 260, 270. You can see right there, there's a break over that $0.50. So adding right there at 50. There's a buyer there at 47.
Several ways.
So looking for it to break through 50. We've got another buyer there at 47. So I want to add to the break of the $0.50. It's got to pop over 250, and then look for a squeeze up to 260, 270. Another 10,000 share buyer. I'm going to add at 41, buying that dip. Has to churn through a couple of these shares that are for sale at 47, 48, 49, 50. So if we get the break over the $0.50, look for a move up to the 60s. Watching adding right there at 50. Looking for the break through 50. It shouldn't be this hard and this thick, but we'll see if it breaks through the $0.50. Give it a chance. Put an order at 60. So this, yeah, you can see it's a hidden seller, and the thing with the hidden sellers, you don't know how big they are. So when they break, when it goes away, that's usually when you get the snap. So it's trying to time when is it going to go from 50 to 54, 55, 60 and rip.
Oh,
Right?
nice.
So there's 51. I'm adding right there 55. So now looking for the squeeze up to 60. So it should have broken better than that. I'm down 180 bucks on it.
All right.
I'm not really interested in doing a dip trade on it. I'm just going to leave it alone. So just trying to set myself up for that one trade today, keeping tight stops on things that aren't working.
FSLR. Your bucks.
PTNP is way too cheap. I wouldn't trade that. I don't trade anything in the price range. AUVI has a resistance there at 10. SCKT needs to break over the volume weighted average price. So AUVI, high of the last 5-minute candle was 10. And the low of day is 908.
Oh wow.
I bought 1,400 shares there on that flush, trying to buy the dip off the 200 on the 1 minute. Just a starter. I want to see if this pops back up to 9, maybe 925. We've got the 200 at 77. Look for the pop on this back up over $9 on AUVI. So buying a flush like this, I like to buy the dip, get that 10-second curl, adding at 95. Now looking for that curl up over 9, up to 915, 925. So it's just kind of trying to time that curl. You can see here on the 10-second chart, back up over $9.
No, I don't like that. Why would I
Holding,
trade that?
looking for it to curl and pop back up over 9. I want to see 97, 98, quick break of $9. First 1 minute candle to make a new high. There's 94, 91. Probably need to see 95, 96. There's 97. Look for that quick pop back up over $9. Still holding through this consolidation, waiting for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. I want to see the break over 9. 99.02. High last 1 minute is 97. There's 99. Stopped out. It's okay. Come back to it again, maybe.
I mean, these are all shorting opportunities at this point. AUVI, short, 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 short. Let's see what the shorters are.
TUP is below the volume weighted average price, so I'm not really liking that right now. I'm not going to go back for that one. CYH floats a little higher. AUBI needs to break back over 9. FSLR is too expensive.
Wow, it's ripping though.
CYH. Yeah, it's up a bit here.
Might be it for me today.
A higher float.
Yeah, the lows.
Yeah, high volume on that.
I was gonna say hi to Rhino. Since trading's no bueno. Well, here's my setup. If you're curious, I got the scanners up here, charts, my computer. Here's the most important part of the day. Rhino. Well, boy. Down. Oh.
Right now, I think being patient is important.
Yeah, you call it. You ready to call it.
See if SCKT can break over the $0.50. 350. 46. Volume weight average price is 365.
That's what I was worried about with CYH. Is I wanted to jump in, ride that momentum higher, but I was worried about this random drop coming.
AUVI ripping up here, squeezing out some really short sellers. Watch over 10. I'm long here, ride this momentum into a halt. Halt levels at 10.11.
Oh wow.
Taking profit off the table and holding small size into the halt.
Okay.
Volume weight average price is right here. I'm going to let it dip down for a second. Long at 17, adding right there. Taking profit at 30. I'm going to let it dip for another second. Adding at 97, buying that dip right there. Now looking to add over 25. Once they start to curl up like this, I start to get aggressive for the breakthrough volume weight average price. Watch 10.25, adding there 10.20. Now looking for the squeeze on this up to 10.35, 10.40. This will be the one.
Oh, I didn't get a fill.
So the high there is 10.70. Adding at 10.51. Looking for the halt on at 10.70. Watch here for an ad over 65. Adding there at 65, try to ride that momentum now up to 11. See how this is starting to squeeze up? So the high there is 75. Looking for the break of 75 and a test of $11. Now we're starting to get some nice action on this. Just try to ride this momentum as much as possible. Get the squeeze up to 11. Watching on a dip to add. Waiting. Adding there at 28, buying the dip. Now I want to catch the pop here on the 10-second chart. Back over 1050 for a retest of 1075. See how that 10-second chart is starting to curl here? So we're going to look for the break. Back over the $0.50 of 1050. And the squeeze back up to 1075, and we'll see if we tap 11. Now, off 11, we'll have to be watching it really closely to see whether or not it wants to break through and rip that level. 11 is my back of mind target on this trade. Watching, adding right there. Now we want to catch that quick pop. 1108 is the halt level.
No, it's not
Waiting
there.
for the break. Holding, I'll let it pull back. First 1 minute candle to make a new high is what we're going to look for. The fact that we had that high volume right there is awesome. High of this last candle is 1050, so 1050 is the spot to watch. Just let it consolidate here for a second, and then first 1 minute candle to make a new high is going to be the new trade. What was the high? 1075. So I'm going to wait for a second. High of this candle is 1050. So we just got to wait for that first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Low of this candle is 82. PSTC I'm not really interested in. So the high there was 50, the low here, this one is 70. High of this current candle is 1012. Just wait for that first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Back over 1015, 1020, adding there 1012 as it starts to curl back up for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. And then over 1050 with my next add. I'm going to let it do an ABCD 1 minute through this area. Orders at 1075. Wait for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. High that last candle is 35, which isn't too bad. Let's see, it's a 1050. Yeah, 1050 is the spot that we want to see break. Looking for the first, I'd say the first 5 minute candle to make a new high is probably going to be the new setup on it. Low is 70, high is 1075, so we've got about a $1 range.
I have sweaty palms right now. I got in at 10:46. Honestly, got terrible feel. I really shouldn't have done that, but it looks like it's gonna crack back over that VWAP.
35 is a new spot to watch.
Yeah, I'm in at 10:46, so that's why I've been so like
'Cause here's the
silent.
thing, it's doing a 10-second and a 5-minute, a 1-minute consolidation here under the VWAP. So let's see what it does around this level, 1035.
That's not good.
Low is 70. May have to wait for that ABCD pattern over 35, and then from that level through 1050. Buying that dip there at 87. Let's see if I catch the pop back up through 1015, 1025. First 1-minute candle through this level is 1030. First 5-minute candle is around 1045. So let's see if this dip trade works a little better. It's a little bit of a tug of war here. I want to see it break over 1050 and then rip up towards 1125.
Oh, alright, I gotta cover that.
Cut my loss on it.
Shit.
Bummer.
Alright, I'm gonna turn the stream off. I just got whooped.
All right, well, I'm going to do my midday market recap here.
Put some music on. Alright, so had a pretty interesting day today. Traded MGN, TUP, WI, and AUVI. So up, I was originally realized $85 in profit on AUVI. However, I got stuck in a break of the VWAP trade that I really should have cut immediately. So that put me down quite a bit on the day, a couple $100. So another learning opportunity here is always, can't be super upset with it. But yeah, I'm actually going to be in Arizona Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So I'll try to do a recap then. But if not, then I'll see you guys Monday or Tuesday probably. All right, have a good one. Have a good weekend. Bye.